CS lads and lasses, understand your audience. So there's a joke I say about the 22-year-old white woman who wants to be a lawyer, right? I've told that to you. I've never formally deemed it, and it's a joke. But if you actually go and look at like admissions reader, like go on LinkedIn, or if you search admissions officer, it's like a zoo. You'll get all sorts of random people from ages like. But admissions reader is what I think about much more. They're the actual kind of grunt workers who tend to actually read these and decide the fate of students across the country. And your average admissions reader, if you go ahead and go to LinkedIn right now and you search it, you will find a lot of younger women who are often white or Asian that
Mhm.
basically they usually work in an office of the undergraduate they applied to, and either they are still working there or they worked there, and in which case they're probably in their later 20s or early 30s, and they're either in law school or are lawyers. And that's what you'll find over and
Mm,
over and over
mhm.
again. And this was something I figured out like a long time ago. I'm like, well, that's weird. And my theory slash makes enough sense is that admissions readers basically it's a work study program. You graduate undergrad, you work in the admissions office to make money to afford law school.
Oh,
So that's
okay.
why they're either kind of that's why they're usually sitting there or they are off on their next adventure. They used to work there. That's and again, this is like oversimplified, but that is kind of the mindset I take in that uh, it is very unlikely for most schools like that your actual person who will be deciding your fate is super knowledgeable about computer
Right.
science. It is much more likely it is they are from a liberal arts background, as most lawyers are going to be. I'm sure there's some CS lawyer weirdos, but is like that is something very important to understand. Is the actual person who's reading this it does not is not super deep in the game when it comes to most tech stuff.